Hey everybody, welcome to Mama Owl Crochet. um, I know yesterday I had explained, I'm going to explain today why I'm starting this channel. Recently, on, I think it was April 17th, I had a great uncle pass away, and he was very, very dear to a lot of my family. He was an absolute sweetheart. He, you know, he would do anything for anybody. He would, if you asked him to freaking move mountains, he would try to. It's the kind of person he was. He would do whatever anybody asked of him. And I had posted on his obituary something. I'm going to read it. But somebody in my family had read it and realized that he needed to be there for his family member, his sister, sorry. He realized he needed to be there for his sister to be able to, help her through the grieving process. But he also, had connected to the family. He connected back into the family because of what I posted. And that was not my intention whatsoever. I just had posted a memory of what I remembered from this man being in my life. Him, just being a very big staple in that side of the family, of my family, which, it's on my grandmother's side of the family. That is my step grandfather, but in no means is he step. That is my papa. That's just who he is. He will always be papa. I will never look at him as he's not blood. He's my man. He's my father figure. Just like my uncle is my father figure, and he's my blood, father figure. But at the same time, I don't look at him any differently than I do my uncle. My uncle and him are pretty much on the same level. They're both a father figure to me. They will always be a father figure to me. And with me not having my dad in my life, all of my life, I've had maybe 6 months out of 20, almost 27 years with my father, and he still to this day won't step up. I told him that he had grandchildren, and they were his first grandchildren. He didn't want anything to do with it, so at this point, let it lie where it lies. But anyways, it's on my grandfather's side, which the man that I'm talking about had passed away. And my grandfather had read what I had posted on the obituary, and he decided that he was going to leave early for this trip up to where his family lives and spend more time with them, because he got the connection, he got the emotion back. And he was, I think he was trying to just separate himself from the emotional part. And then when it came to his Shuggy, that's what they called me, a Shuggy. My grandparents call me Shuggy. When he read Shuggy's post, he connected and he realized he needed to be there. He needed to be the backbone, and he needed to be the manly support for his sister. But at this point, it's been, I think, almost a week now since everything has happened. But at this point, I'm going to read what I posted. Sorry guys, had to step away again. Daughter needed me. But anyways, what I had posted on his obituary was this. I can remember going to Aunt Mary and Uncle Denny's cabin, going to the Escanaba Fair. He was an absolute sweetheart, very kind soul. I remember Christmas gathering at their house and him having so much fun playing games with the family. He will be missed by so many. His kindness touched so many. And this is the man that I'm talking about. Absolute sweetheart. He would move mountains if you asked him to. Well, it's still a little fresh, but so I plan on crocheting something up and sending it to his wife Mary, just because of the simple fact, like, after 2 weeks, most of the time when you're going through the grieving process and everything like that, people stop asking how you're doing, how you're feeling at about 2 weeks, just because they forget. They don't forget, but they just, it's not in their line of sight at that point. They'll continue on with their day, and for you, it's when you're going through the nitty-gritty and it's still very hard because you're having to see it every day. You don't have him right there doing anything for you, and having the memories to continue to make with that person anymore. So I plan on making something crocheted for her and sending it to her around that mark. It'll probably be about 3 weeks after after the day he passed away. But I did want to ask for some help. If you guys know any kind of patterns or any ideas, I should say, for something crocheted that would represent Americana, Coast Guard. Coast Guard is what I'm actually aiming for, but it's kind of hard to find Coast Guard crocheted patterns. So anything that has to represent Americana, I think it would make her feel a little better to be able to have, be able to have a stuffy and be able to hold it close, because it's still fresh for her. It's still gonna hurt, and it's not something of his for her to be able to hold close, but it's something to have a memory of the Coast Guard. Because a little backstory is they met when he was in the Coast Guard down in Hawaii is where they met. And I'm just trying to figure out something either Hawaiian or something for Coast Guard. I'm not aiming to do a doll or anything like that for an amigurumi. But I'm not opposed to amigurumi. I love crocheting amigurumi. I feel like she needs something, a little more sturdier, like a pillow or something like that. I don't want to do a blanket for her because, she, it's not something for her to be able to hold close. Yes, she can cover up with it, but I'm aiming for something for comfort. And a pillow, you can grab it, you can snuggle it up, anything like that. You can do that with a blanket too, but it's not the same. But back to the story. My grandfather read that, and when he read it, he cried when he got to the fact that I could remember going to the Escanaba Fair up in the UP. And he didn't remember that. He didn't remember us going to the Escanaba Fair and Denny and Mary and the cousins on that side of the family them all going with us and us just having a whole blast. And he didn't remember that Mary, which is Denny's wife, Mary had asked Denny to set up a sprinkler underneath the trampoline for us, me and one of the other cousins, we were about the same age, to be able to go out there and just have a blast in water and the trampoline, and, you know, just giving us other options to have fun. You know, and, you know, Denny and Mary and my grandmother taking us down to the beach, me and my cousin down to the beach, and us, you know, just being able to get in the water and just play and have fun as kids. He didn't remember all of that. And then when I brought that up, and, you know, it was an emotion, it was a spark, you know, I sparked an emotion in him that I think either he was trying to avoid or he just forgot. He forgot all of the good memories. And when I said that, it made him cry. You know, this man is, like, my grandfather is a burly man. Like, he is a tall, broad-shouldered, burly man. And, like, nothing makes him cry. And then to hear that what I had to say made him cry made me realize that, like, I can spark emotion in people. You know, I do have the personality to be able to talk to people and to not be afraid of what somebody's going to think about what I have to say. Because I'm going to be as real as I possibly can. And all the time, anytime. If you don't like what I say, well, I don't know what to tell you. It's me. I am who I am. And nobody's going to change that. Nobody's going to tell me that you're going to, you know, walk down this path and this is what you're going to do. That will never be me. With that being said, my grandfather cried. He did, and my grandmother kept asking him, well, what's wrong? Well, do you remember taking Angel to the Escanaba Fair? I forgot about that. And my grandmother was, like, scrambling around trying to figure out what in the world he was talking about. She finally had found the post. She called me up, and she had told me that afterwards, after he asked about the Escanaba Fair, he sat there for a few minutes, and then, you know, he looked at her and he said, I need to leave. I think I need to go up there and I need to be with my sister because she needs me. And it just had to do with the emotion and the connection of me and him and all the memories of me and him going up there that connected him back to his sister. It brought him back to having the emotions and having the feeling. So with that being said, he did leave early. He ended up staying, I think, a day and a half longer than what he was supposed to. And that made me feel very, very good to know that, as my grandmother said, you're the reason. But it was in a good way. Like, she was joking about it and just like, you're the reason why you left early. But it was a good, you're the reason. You're the reason that he did that and he needed to do it, and you are the one that had pushed for him to do that. You might not have known it, but you're the one that pushed him to realize he needed to go home. He needed to go be with his family while they grieve, while they're going through this very hard time. Mary and Dennis had 4 children, and I think 2 grandchildren, if I'm not mistaken. There might be more, but I at least know of 2. And he was there for them as well. You know, at that point, he was the man figure for them because of them now losing their father. And, you know, it's just, you know, if I can change somebody's life by just the words that come out of my mouth, I'm gonna try. You know, And I'm starting this channel. It's going to be crocheted. It's going to be, I'm going to show you what I've crocheted. I'm going to give you ideas for different craft fairs and whatnot like that. And at this point, like, it's just me being able to express my feeling, my emotion. Because, like I said, if I can change somebody's life, I'm going to try. And, maybe if you get an inspiration from one of the things I crocheted, to crochet something like that yourself, or if one of my tutorials helps you, because I'm going to start doing some of those as well. If one of my tutorials helps you, be able to make other items to be able to take to a craft fair or to sell in general, I don't see a problem in it. I don't see an issue with being able to help in any way, any way, shape, or form. It's just another mind and another person to be able to talk to, another crocheter, because for the past 2 years, I want to say, it might be 3, I've watched Cinnamon Stitches. She is my go-to. Like, if I'm crocheting and I'm just sitting at home, having my girls play, whatnot, I'll throw Cinnamon Stitches on my TV while I crochet. I'll watch whatever, and she's personable. She has the emotion like I do. She's relatable, and she inspires me. Her and Paprika, they're very big inspirations to this as well, because I'm a plus size girl. And seeing another plus size crocheter that is going, this is me, this is how I'm gonna be, it helps bring me out of my little shell that I've put myself in for so many years. But with that being said, I do not know what I have planned for tomorrow. It might be makes. I honestly cannot remember what I have planned for tomorrow. But until then, have a good day. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.